right, here we go. In three, two. Hey, you all know what time it is. It's TWIS, This Week in Sports. Huge week personally for myself in sports broadcasting. Got a huge break. Oilers start their second half of the season. There's some hockey news. Big milestone for one of the Iron Men in the NHL. And of course, this week in sports history, we got a couple things for a couple memorable items on the docket for TWISH. But before we get to anything, I always got to give a shout out to Cage Exteriors. Cage Exteriors, if you need any work done on the outside of your house, or if you're actually looking for work, they're always hiring, and they're a good family-owned company, local company. Cage Exteriors, that's K-A-G-E, Cage with a K, cageexteriors.com. Give them a shout. Tell them Jacko sent you. This Week in Sports sent you. It might hook you up a little bit more. But before we get into any specifics about the Oilers and their last night disappointing loss against the Lightning, I've had an amazing week. It's been one of the best few weeks of my entire life. One of my best weeks ever, and honestly, like one of the best months maybe in my entire life. I've made a lot of more connections in the just in the sports broadcasting realm, but also just a lot of connections in the city here. And I don't, without going into too much detail, because the details aren't finalized exactly, but I got offered my first broadcast announcing job, which I'm very excited for. It's part of the Super Series Indian Relay. So basically, for those that aren't familiar, it is horse racing at an extreme level. It's the most exciting horse racing I've ever seen. It's bareback. Typically it's 3 horses, 1 rider. You take 1 lap, you hop off one horse, and you hop on another, all while 4 or 5 other teams are doing the same thing around you. It's chaotic in the exchanges. It's so intense down the stretch. It's a lot of fun, and I'm super excited to be with the team that I'm with. We have a lot of plans, a lot of which I would love to go into, but like I said, it's not finalized yet, some of these plans, but we have big plans. We want to become a staple in horse racing. And I was looking at some of the highlights, and they had it showcased at the Calgary Stampede a couple years ago, but it was just like it wasn't like an actual event. It was kind of just like a showcase, one race kind of a thing. And so there's a lot of big plans to make it more known around North America. And just from all the discussions I've had with my colleagues here and the people that got me into it and hooked me up with this position, there's a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of excitement for this upcoming season. This summer is going to be amazing. I'm going to be, an official professional announcer, which is incredible. We've been doing this podcast for about, 10 months now or something, Caleb?
Yeah, coming up.
Something like that, 8-9 months. And my obviously my goal during this entire time of doing this, and it's not like I'm going to stop doing this, but this podcast, but my entire goal of doing it was, to practice first and foremost broadcasting and talking about sports, but also preparing me to jump in to whatever opportunity comes my way, and this is something that has come my way. And not just that, not just Super Series Indian Relay. I've also been in talks with another sport. I don't know if I should announce it or not, if I should say or not, because it's not like official, but I've been in their meetings. All my friends know what I'm talking about. It's a local team here, a local sports team here. And hopefully I can get on with them announcing part-time as well in between the events in Indian Relay. I'll be able to, just bounce to and through and just keep working all summer doing what I love. And if I'm able to do that this summer, I'm going to be so thankful, because that's the goal here. That's my goal has always been to do something I love for a living, and that should be everyone's goal, to be honest with you, in their life. Do something you love. Like, too many people wake up, hate their jobs, and just waste their life away like that. ever since I was a kid, I always told myself, like, I got to do something that I love. It has to happen. And when I was younger, in a past life, I did hip hop. Still do hip hop. My boys love it when I spit freestyles and shit. It's something I'll always be able to do. Um, but I was young. That game is really, really hard to get into. Well, get big. Get fame. Fame. Not about fame necessarily,
It's hard
but
to make a living off.
it's hard to make a living. It's hard to get paid. It's hard to especially nowadays. You got to like do a lot of touring and shit, which I would be okay with. But this other opportunity, sports broadcasting, it seems like it's falling into place, and I can't believe that it's actually happening every time I go to one of these meetings. In regards to this, it's like, how this is crazy. I can't believe I'm actually here. It feels like someone has to wake me up from this dream. So, it's been a good month.
It's all thanks to Dene.
Yes. Oh yeah, we got a dog too. I don't know if you shout out Dene on the podcast yet, but yeah, we got a dog, and ever since we got the dog, it's all been freaking smooth sailing. Everything's been good.
Like a month.
Yeah,
she's so good.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're gonna take pictures with our new dog this week and post them. So she's a Akita. She's gonna be a huge mutt. She's got some husky in her, and she's gonna be a big dog, and she's so beautiful. She's so chill, like one of the chillest dogs I've ever fucking seen. And she's just a puppy. She's only like 5 months now or something. So yeah, all has been well this past month. This past week in sports broadcasting. What would that be? That would be week in sports TWISB. This week in sports broadcasting. TWISB. Yeah. And this month has been just terrific. So I've been busy. Hence why we were only able to release a couple of these episodes in the last few weeks. But I'm still going to be doing this, obviously, because why would I stop now? Before we get into the oil, I just want to give a shout out to one more time. Super Series Indian Relay. If you're listening to this before the Oilers play their game in Montreal, whenever that is, I thought that was going to be this weekend, but it's not going to be this weekend. It's going to be a hometown hockey. The announcer Earl Wood, who's also going to be a colleague of mine. Yeah, March 5th. Saturday, March 5th, he's going to be giving us a shout-out. I don't even know if I told you this, Caleb. Earl Wood, the Indigenous broadcaster that does it sometimes for CBC and does it in Cree. And he's on the team as well. So I'm going to be working with him directly. Anyways, he's broadcasting the Oilers in Montreal game, and he's going to give our Super Series Indian Relay a shout-out.
Oh, nice. On
air on Sportsnet. So that's pretty big for us. APTN is going to be at the events, and we're hoping to get Sportsnet and TSN at some of these events. Give this intense extreme sport the spotlight, because it's one of the most exciting, exhilarating things I've ever seen, to be honest with you. And I've watched sports all my life. What these riders do is quite incredible. They just hop off one horse, hop onto another, all as quickly as possible. It's intense.
Bareback.
It could be dangerous. Like if you like, there's no stirrups, right? There's no saddle, obviously. If you didn't know what bareback meant, no. But like you could easily fall off and shit, like on the exchange.
Yeah,
you see that a lot.
It's the craziest thing. One of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I know. Yeah, exactly. So if you guys listening want to Google Indian Relay, that's all you have to look up, Indian Relay, and you'll see some of these craziest horse racing you've ever seen, because it's hardcore, and it goes back to traditional ways. That's how we used to do it back in the day.
Yeah,
and it's more than just racing. It's also about being like a good horseman, they call it, because you have to know these horses. They have to trust you. You have to trust them. It's a mutually beneficial relationship, right? You treat them right. You feed them right. And then they get you the cheddar cheese, baby.
Yeah, it's like they're a part of the team.
They are the team.
Yeah.
They are the fucking team. So, the team consists of typically 3 horses and 4 team members. So a rider, what do they call it? The holder. And there's like there's three people on the ground basically, one holding the one of the horses, and then two kind of holding the one horse that you're getting on, or no, the catcher. Yeah, there's one catcher, so catches the horse that you're jumping off of, and then there's two holders, one holding the other horse and one holding the horse that you're about to jump on, and that's all the team consists of. And there's going to be big purses for the winners and for the competing teams this season too. Bigger purses than I think any of these other leagues have brought to the table. That's why we're getting a lot of attention around North America. People like teams from America are going to be coming up, and without saying too much, it's not just limited to the Edmonton area. These events. So I'm super excited for that, obviously, and yeah, looking forward to this upcoming summer. It might be the best of my life, and I've had some good summers. Let me tell you that. But this one, actually, traveling around and announcing I can't even believe I'm saying that. Like, damn. Yeah, life's a trip. But into the Oilers game last night, we played against Tampa. First of a huge 5-game road swing against the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions. We lost 5-3. I thought we did some good things. We showed some promise against one of the best teams in the league. The first period, we didn't come out the best. We were a little apprehensive, but we were playing with them. We weren't giving them any room. And after the first period, I mean, the first few goals were kind of bullshit by the Lightning. The first goal, it was kind of an own goal off Devin Shore, off Shore's skate. So I don't know, but it still could have been probably stopped by Smith. Kind of just trickled by him off Shore's skate. We ended up getting a power play. McDavid scored. He scored twice last night. The first one was on the power play in the first period. We needed that, and then the dagger. I think maybe the turning point of the game was when Tampa scored with it was like 14 seconds left. It was Stamkos off a deflection. It was deflected by one of the Oilers players as well. I think it was Broberg over the shoulder of Smith. And those late period goals are daggers, right? Like, you give up a goal with freaking 20 seconds or 14 seconds left in the period after just, going, if you thinking you're going to go into the fucking dressing room tied up, then yeah, it's not a good look. So we were chasing the game. We played pretty well considering how good Tampa is. Like, we kept up with them for the most part anyway. And there was a few stretches where we controlled the game, especially in that first. But I mean, all in all, that fucking goaltending, man. We need a goal. We need a goalie.
We need a goalie.
Ken Holland, get us a goalie. Come on. We need one before the trade deadline. If we don't, I don't know. We put this week on sports on hold till next season, or what the?
Yeah, no.
Until baseball starts.
We're done.
Oh yeah, MLB. Got to talk about. Yeah, frick. I sound like Joe Pesci and Home Alone. It just pisses me off, as is the case for so many Oilers fans. I mean, it's freaking bullshit. This entire season, this entire last 2 years, we've been in need of a freaking goalie. Sure, Smith, Koski, they have the stretches where they're unbelievable, but they're not consistent. And if you don't have consistency, what's the point? What is the point? You win 5 in a row. Okay, you're on fire. And then you lose 5 because your goalie sucks?
We don't need someone on fire or amazing.
No.
We need someone good, consistent.
Consistently consistent, right? That's all we ask. That's all we
need.
That's
all we need. Defense, pretty good. Offense, incredible. Like, best in the league.
Yeah.
Goalie,
bottom.
Roll the fucking dice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're playing craps with your freaking netminer. Yeah. So it's nothing against Smith and Koski personally. Obviously, I mean, they have the stretches and we all love them, but this is a business, and we're here to win. And as fans, we want to see our team win. and you don't want to see great players like McDavid, Leon Draisaitl going to waste, and obviously our boy Ryan Nuge.
Nuge deserves.
He played a 700th game with the Oilers, 700th career game, all with the Oilers last night. Give him some love.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Thank you, studio audience.
Yes, appreciate it. Nugent Hopkins appreciates it even more.
We appreciate him.
We love Nuge. Who doesn't love Nuge?
Yeah, he's been here. What a loyal guy.
No. Who doesn't love Nuge? You got a Jeopardy button on there?
You hear this one? Oh no.
No, we don't have a dun. Okay, anyways. Point. What was that?
I
don't know. We forgot to play our little song. Played it at the end. The little intro. It didn't stick, I don't think.
Yeah.
There it is. We gotta play it once. Anyway, other hockey news. Women came home from Beijing with their gold medals. Woo! Our fucking hockey ladies. Yeah. Fucking love saying that. That's one of the events I actually watched during the Olympics. All the like ones I watched live, I should say, because I mean they're competing on the other side of the world. So when these things start, it's in the middle of the night here.
Do these events like get international viewership a lot?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, the Olympics, it's huge.
Well, I know, yeah, obviously, but like, yeah, I feel like if they were on this side of the earth, wouldn't they get more views?
As far as like Canadian viewership and
American viewership,
viewership, yeah.
But isn't that where like that's where you want your viewership, right?
There's still a lot of people on the other side of the world that compete in these sports, bro. They got countries all in Northern Europe.
In England, it's like evening for you, when that shit's going down.
Yeah. Well, and also depending what time, because they compete throughout the day in Beijing, right?
Yeah.
So they try to maximize viewership as well. But for the most part, we're like, I think they're 14 hours ahead of us.
Right.
So it's hard. You know what I mean? To either it's in the morning here, right? Or late night here for the realistically, it's in the middle of the night, most of the events that took place. So, I mean, my sleep schedule when I had my days off was kind of messed up. So I was able to watch some of these events, which was, I was grateful for, not having some time off. I was able to watch some of the events, but not as much as I wanted to. Canada came out well. The best thing is the women brought home gold against, what was that?
It's just my computer.
Okay. It's going to explode?
It's going to explode.
Did the Russians just hack it?
Oh, no, the Russians are invading everything.
Yeah, the Russians are here.
No politics. But we're about to start World War III.
Fuck, man. Anyway. Yeah, no. Women brought home gold, which I'm so glad they did, because 4 years ago, they lost to the Americans, right? So that was a bitter taste to swallow in the gold medal game. They came out with silver. Fuck, they didn't even have it around their neck, some of them, leaving the ice. And so we redeemed ourselves, and I'm glad the women did it because the men couldn't pull off shit. They got eliminated in the quarterfinal, couldn't even compete for a medal. I can't say much about that. I didn't watch any game with the men. You know why? Because the NHLers didn't go. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, good on them. Good on also in NHL news, Zdeno Chara tied Chris Chelios with the most games in the NHL as a defenseman.
The most games played?
Most games played. This Zdeno Chara played his 1,651st game with the New York Islanders, not all with the New York Islanders, but that's where he started his career. He came back, signed with them this year, and he tied Chris Chelios, the big man. Can't believe he's still playing. He's like 43 or 44, and
he's still playing.
He's still playing. He remembers Chera has been playing all our life. I think I think was drafted in '97. I want to say by the New York Islanders.
How do you do that, man?
I don't know. I don't he's so huge, so it's like. it defies physics or it defies logic. It defies everything I know to be real.
Why is the human body?
Yeah. Well, no, but like normally when you have that big of a frame, that big of a body, it's obviously harder to maintain,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, that's a testament to the ability and what he does, and the fact that he's able to play at this level in the NHL for this long. I mean, it's nuts. I can't believe it. When I read that, I'm like, I knew he was been around for a while, but Chris Chelios, I thought he was still playing. Like Chris Chelios been playing forever.
This man's got to breed.
He's like a giant too. He's like 6'9" or some shit, like 7 feet on skates.
Crap.
Yeah, he's the biggest player in the NHL. I think he has been his entire career, and he's just keep going. Like he's gonna break Chelios's record. He's gonna get 1652. By the time you hear this, he probably has. And
strongest bones in the world.
Yeah, give him some shout outs, studio.
Thank you, studio.
Yeah. Another real quick NHL news. I don't know if any of these listeners, any of you remember Sean Avery, the agitator. He's trying to make his professional hockey comeback. He's notorious for, there's a Sean Avery rule in the NHL rule book, basically stating that you can't turn your back to the play and distract the goalie. Because what he did in this one playoff game when he played for the New York Rangers, he was playing the New Jersey Devils, Martin Brodeur, one of the greatest goalies ever. He was standing in front of Martin Brodeur, right?
Yep.
But instead of facing the puck and having his back to the goalie, he turned around, faced to the goalie, and started waving his stick and like distracting the goalie, like talking shit to him while he's waving his stick. NHL for some reason didn't like that. I thought that was entertaining as fuck. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube. It's one of the best highlights. It's hilarious. They outlawed that right shortly thereafter. You can't do that anymore. And they
he found
he found a loophole.
He found a loophole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You got to give the guy a pat on the back.
Yeah, exactly. And but they clogged up that loophole. So as these big organizations do, right? I.e. the NHL. Oh yeah, just one hint on, or one note on the Oilers and Tampa game that I forgot. I was going to just discuss our boy. Do you remember Pat Maroon, Caleb? Patrick Maroon?
Yeah,
he played for us for a little bit. This guy is the only professional athlete in the world to have won the last 3 championships. He's won the last 3 championships in the NHL. He's won the last 3 cups.
Wait, how?
Okay, so the last 2 were with the Tampa, right? Because they won twice in a row.
Yeah, tearing it up.
But he also played for St. Louis the year before on a 1-year deal, or a couple-year deal. And yeah, they won. They won that year.
Yeah.
And then he got traded to Tampa, won there. Got traded to, or stayed with Tampa. They won it again. Back to back, and now he's back to back champion, and you can't hate Patty Maroon. He was great for us.
Well, bring him over here, fuck.
Why would he leave that?
I know he wouldn't. No,
he wouldn't leave that.
Yeah.
So, give a shout out to Pat Maroon, studio audience. I like the guy. He left us, but he helped us in the playoffs and whatnot. Like he was a good player for us. So I really liked him. He was always smiling. He was always positive. He deserves it. Like he's a really, really good guy. So yeah, 3-time champion. He had like a picture, his last win when he won the Stanley Cup again this past year.
Yeah,
he had like his 3 rings on, and like smoking a cigar and shit. Yeah, with like his arm around the cup or whatever. Like, oh shit.
It's kind of a lesson for life. Always stay positive.
Well, of course, you got to. Yeah. Fuck, that's why I'm doing this, and fucking shit's happening all over the world.
Always stay positive. Be positive. People like a positive people.
People like a positive people.
People like a positive people.
People.
Yeah, you go into a meeting and you're positive, they like you. Yeah, you go into a meeting and you're down or you're nervous, there's less of a chance. If you're positive, then it's awesome. It's good to go usually.
Yeah, and that's so true. Truer things couldn't have been said specifically to me this week because this last few weeks when I've gotten into these meetings, I've gone with that kind of mindset without even really thinking about it. That's just how I am, right? I'm positive. I'm enthusiastic. I want to be there, right?
Well, yeah.
Unlike my work, my normal work,
Yeah.
where I'm like, I don't want to
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
be here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you want to do something, you go into the meeting as if they're lucky for you to have them, for them to have you.
And
you know,
and actually, that's been the feedback I've been getting. They're like,
Yeah.
they've all been basically saying that, and I'm so thankful for that.
yeah. Every I don't say every, but like the most recent job interviews I've ever gone into that I've got. I mean, I've never really had a job interview. I went where I didn't get it.
100%.
Yeah, but when I get an interview, I want them to know that they are lucky to have me in the interview.
Boom.
Yeah,
We need one of those. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
How you said you were gonna get that sound? Come on.
we have it. We have.
You got to put color coats on there.
Awesome.
No, that's not it.
No, that's not it. Whatever. This
Okay, you're gonna figure out that soundboard before we record next, okay?
yeah, we'll play with it.
Yeah, and you color code it or fucking have a little graph or some shit. I don't know. Whatever you got to do. In other news, Aaron Rodgers still hasn't made a decision whether he's going to retire or not, like an official decision, according to my sources, which is the fucking phone. Nothing else other than the MLB owners and the MLB Players Association has yet to come to an agreement. And I mean, I predicted this. We all predicted this before a few weeks ago. If they don't come to an agreement by Monday, the start of the season is officially going to be postponed. And MLB said they're not going to replay those games. If they can't play those games, they're just canceled, and they're just going to have a shortened season. So, like I said in the last episode, like if there's a shortened season, whatever, there's 162 games, like as long as it's not down to like less than, like keep it at least over 100 games. Don't make it like 2 seasons ago with 60 games.
Yeah,
that was
worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it because then you got to change the playoff format, and then it's not the same. Like at least have a full season, a decent season.
120 is the minimum, really.
Yeah. I'm okay with 120. Sure. But that would mean that, oh my God, they wouldn't come to an agreement till, holy shit, like middle of March, end of March, because that would be because then they would have to have about a month of spring training, right? Then they need a month of spring training, and then they need so that would bring them to March, April. So that'd be a month,
and they have to do spring training like under them, like that's a part of the.
That's a part of the agreement. Yeah, then the players don't go there for free, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they don't come to an agreement by Monday, so basically this weekend, the start of the season will be delayed because spring training will be delayed, and let's keep our fingers crossed that there is an actual full season this year because, fuck, I don't want to think about the worst case scenario. So boys, come to agreement. Come on, guys, like you're all adults there. Yeah, you're all fucking rich, right?
I just want to be a little richer. Both ends.
Well, where the players are coming from too, the Players Association is looking out for the bottom guys because the guys that get paid huge, there's such a disparity between the guys that get paid huge and the rest of the league.
Yeah, like regular working class kind of fucking wages.
Yeah, but they still get paid. They still get paid handsomely though.
Yeah,
but it's not compared.
But they should get paid more.
They should get paid
for sure.
Yeah, it should be all more even. Like the all stars of the fucking league get paid like $500 million in their contracts, right?
It's
like,
basically just a game of chicken between,
Of course.
Yeah,
any negotiation
like,
is. Any negotiation is.
And then who suffers? We suffer because we get less games to watch.
The fans suffer.
Yeah. So figure it out.
Fuck's sakes. The broadcast suffer. No, I don't know.
Our podcast suffers. We need content to talk about.
Okay, so hopefully they come to an agreement very, very soon. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I got my fingers crossed for. So, before we finish off here, some this week in sports history, some TWISH. We all remember David Ayers. You remember David Ayers? Just nod your head.
I remember some Ayers.
David Ayers. If you remember, was the Zamboni driver who got called in the game. Got called into the game as the emergency goalie for the Carolina Hurricanes when they were in Toronto.
I don't even remember this, actually.
Oh, this is huge news, bro. The fucking Toronto Maple Leafs got beat by a Zamboni driver in net. Where's the studio audience for that?
David Ayers.
David Ayers.
Zamboni driver.
David Ayers. My
emergency goalie.
So the first two goalies of Carolina got hurt, like in the first half of the game, right? So there's always an emergency goalie on standby in the rink, right? For these exact situations. It rarely it happens like once every, like, I don't know, fucking 50 years or some shit. Well, look, people also ask, did Dave Ayers get paid? Oh yeah, Ayers entered the game during the second period as the emergency backup goaltender after signing a one-game contract with the NHL. Had he signed a professional tryout agreement, he would have been paid $500 for the game. But Ayers said after the game that under the team terms of his contract, he was not paid. Whatever. He's famous.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. He beat the freaking Maple Leafs as a fucking Zamboni driver.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to beat the Maple Leafs. Just kidding.
I don't know. They're killing it this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Hate to say it. Oh my God, he's David Ayers stats and news on NHL.com. He's actually got some clout on NHL.com.
Well, he has to. He played a game.
He did play. You're right. He did play a game.
So okay, hold on. So they won.
Yeah, they won. Yeah,
they won, and he was a successful goalie for one game.
For one game, yeah.
Could you imagine the exhilaration?
Yeah. Oh my God, I couldn't even believe it. I wouldn't even believe it. Like, you're never expecting that.
What year was that?
I'm looking it up right now. Date. I should be more prepared for this. I had it written down, but I didn't. February 2nd. February 22nd. Sorry. 2020.
22 years ago.
No. 20.
Oh wait, sorry, 2 years ago.
1 year later. Oh my God! It's just tell me the date. They tell me the date, but they didn't tell me the freaking the year. Yeah. So it was 2020. It was a year ago. Sorry guys, I'm not a Maple Leafs fan, and I just think it's funny that you guys got beat by a freaking Zamboni driver.
Well, I mean, good for him. I mean, the exhilaration you'd feel, you got called on. Like, bro,
because you never think that would happen, right?
No, exactly.
Never, ever, because it never happens, ever.
Get your shit on, get your pads on, get your fucking jersey on.
He had to get some. Out. I remember there's a story like he didn't have all the right things, so he had to like grab some shit from
mismatch
some shit. Like he had his pads and whatnot, but he was missing something, or they had to make up a jersey for him, right in the back, right, with his name on it and his number in it.
They got to stitch that right in the moment.
Yeah. So it was a delay. It was. I wasn't watching the game live, obviously, because we don't get it over here. Not that I would be.
Yeah.
But
right there.
Yeah, it was like a 20-minute delay or something,
like
right?
Stitching his name.
Yeah. Because that never happens. Where you have to bring in a third goalie in one game.
Well, I think in my mind,
but that's Murphy's Law. Anything that will happen.
Yeah. In my mind, he won probably because that exhilaration. It's like everything's on your shoulder.
No, you know what it was. You know what it was too. The Carolina Hurricanes rallying around him.
Yeah,
they're like, "Yo, this guy wasn't expecting to come in. This guy's like 43 years old, a Zamboni driver, right? Let's win it for this guy." And they were so happy for him. You should see them like coming after they won the game. They're just hugging him, making him feel part of the team. Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. Could you imagine? Oh man.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, what a fucking experience.
I think the highest level he played was like major junior or something back in the day. Yeah.
Well, good for him. Now he has an NHL credit.
Yeah. Exactly. Also, 8 years ago, February 23rd, 2014, Team Canada, the boys, brought home the last time NHLers played in the Olympics in Sochi, Russia. Fuck Russia right now, but they brought home gold for us. Give them some.
You can't say fuck Russia, man. We're gonna get shut down.
I know. Right?
Putin's gonna come here and kill us.
You said it twice now. Now we're flagged for sure.
Yeah. Anyone listening in Russia?
We pray for you and get out of there. Yeah. You guys are crazy.
Also, shut it off. You don't get caught listening to us.
Holy shit. yeah, so on this note, I'd say pray for Ukraine, and I will be doing the same. But thank you for listening. This week in sports, this week in sports history, TWIS and TWISH, and I wish that you subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you for listening. On behalf of my producer, Caleb, we'll talk to you next time. Peace.